Man, it has been a while I did this. Today I had something really shocking. Woman is filing for divorce because she says her husband isn't doing enough. And the question here I asked was, what is he doing at all that isn't enough? And she says when he earns his salary, he would come home, he will hand it over and just take back what he'd need for transportation or other little contingencies. And she said to herself, why wouldn't you do more? You have enough time to do extra things after work. You go to work every day at 7 o'clock in the morning, you're there at 8, and you're off work at 5. By 6, you're at home watching TV, playing game, sitting on the couch, doing homework with the children, sometimes playing football with the kids. They have 2 kids, by the way. And she says it's not enough, that what he earns barely covers them for 10 days. And she has to do extra so much to cover up for the remaining days. So she would cite example like things would, get finished in the house and there'll be no money to replace it. Things would go bad for maintenance and there'll be no money to do that. Sometimes little expenses would come from school to buy something, to pay for something, and he'd say, I'm on a fixed income and I'm giving you everything to sort it out. Finds herself boring. She finds herself asking people. She finds herself trying to make ends meet. She's doing all sorts of jobs. She's, taking up jobs that ordinarily she wouldn't do because she wants her family to be fine. In the meantime, she started to resent him. Resentment has set in. She feels like he isn't the man she thought he would be. She's beginning to break under the weight of the many responsibilities that's been tossed her way by his refusal to do more. And I did mention that he's a good father. He's a good husband, because the context of good these days have shifted. But I said, isn't he too hasty to want a divorce because of this? He isn't beating you. And I do not know that I consider this emotional abuse, as she says. She says she's being emotionally abused because she cannot see her children hungry and she cannot see her children lack. And even sometimes she cannot bear to see him not eat. She has to feed him. So she's saying, you know what? I want out. If I'm going to be a single mom, I'd rather do everything by myself and have no one to ask, or not have to ask him or depend on him. She goes further to say that there are loads of people that would have been helping her out, but every time they say, oh, but you're married, you have a husband, why do you come to us for help? So she's embarrassed and she says, I want out. I no longer love him as much as I used to do. In fact, I actually resent him. Every month he tosses his salary at me and says, this is my card, I've gotten paid, take all you want. She feels like giving it all back and going to hustle some more. That is how bad it is. Anywho, I'd like to hear from you. What do you think? Is this the right move? I definitely don't think it is, but if it were you, who says, oh, I've gotten to the end of my rope and my back is against the wall and this is my limit, I can no longer fight, I can no longer argue, I can no longer just keep disturbing him for things I know he wouldn't do, so I'm done. What do you think? I'd like to hear from you in the comment section. Till I come your way again, remember to always have faith.